Hi, my name's Dustin, and this is my lab sheep brain dissection video. So I'll let you see that my workspace is clear, minus my brain and my paper. Let me know what I need to show you. So let's begin. Start with the cerebrum. Here we have our sulcus, which are the grooves in this area. And then we have the gyrus, which are the peaks. You kind of see there. We kind of have our sulcus, and then our gyrus would be the peaks. And our longitudinal fissure would actually be where I cut this sucker in half at. Alright, so let's move into the brainstem. So here in this area, we would have our whole brainstem. We would start with our midbrain, just about in here, and as we move back, we'd have our cerebral pedicle. Let's see, tucked up in here, kind of right in front of our cerebellum, the top one, we have our superior colliculus, and then our inferior colliculus. And then back down on the brainstem, we have our pons, and then our medulla oblongata. And as this moves back, it turns into the spinal cord. And then we'll move to our cerebellum. Actually, we're just talking about it. But here, this thing that's kind of as the tree-looking thing, that's actually the white matter, is the arbor vitae. And then on the front side of this would actually be where our vermis is. And then this is broken left and right into lateral hemispheres. And moving on, we have our meninges. So that is protective covering around our brain. You see it has 3 different layers. So the outermost layer would be our dura mater. And then we'd move in, we'd have our arachnoid matter, and then our pia mater. What else we got? So, and then we'll move on. We have our pituitary gland here. And let's move into our nerves. Put this guy back together. So first things first, we'd have our olfactory, or cranial nerve 1. It's actually on the olfactory bulbs as well. And moving back, we have cranial nerve 2, our optic nerve. This is actually where the optic chiasm is, optic tract. Get a little closer. Here. And then moving on, we'll have cranial nerve 3, which goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But right in this area, and that is our oculomotor nerve. And moving on, can't quite see it on here, but kind of tucked into this armpit is where cranial nerve 4 would be, our trochlear nerve. And then cranial nerve 5, right in this area, you can kind of see them there. And then cranial nerve 6, they're really tiny, but should be in kind of in this area. I couldn't actually find them. And we'll move on to our mid-sagittal section. We have our corpus callosum, which is actually how the 2 hemispheres of the brain communicate. And then just here we have our thalamus. And below it we'd have our hypothalamus. And we got tucked in this here, we have our lateral ventricle. So spinal fluid can go through the brain. Up here we also would have our 3rd ventricle, and then back in this area is where the 4th ventricle is found. And then our septum pellucidum and our choroid plexus are all still in this same area here of the mid-sagittal section. Move on, we got our cerebral aqueduct. You see it's back here by the cerebellum and stuff. We covered the arbor vitae. That's the white matter here in the cerebellum. And moving on to our spinal cord. this guy here. I have my little cross section of it. You can't quite see the white and gray matters in here. Just a little bit you can see the white matter of the dorsal and ventral roots. It's actually not bad, you can see it here. And that covers it. Thank you very much.